What's up? Welcome everybody to episode 54 of Zesty Thoughts podcast with your host Annábla. As you could probably already tell, I'm a little cracked out today. I did buy myself, as part of my birthday gift to myself, a new Annábla, and this baby is leak proof, girl. She is leak proof. I was on the search for like months for like the best leak proof travel mug that could be good for hot, cold liquids. This is the Annábla Smooth Sip, 20 ounces. And I did make some iced coffee with some of the coffee that I got in PR. I'm repping PR today with my shirt. I'm actually in a new phase where I make coffee ice cubes. This has like been a thing. I'm just late to the game. I don't really know why I never made them before, but I've always been a latte girly, like self-proclaimed latte girl. I just prefer smaller concentration, like espresso, coffee, and then milk, preferably like flat white, cortado ratio, like 50-50 ratio, 1-to-1 ratio, coffee and milk. I'm not really picky about non-dairy milks. I do like soy milk. I don't care what anyone says. Starbucks soy milk is the best milk that they have. So every time I'm at Starbucks, I get soy milk, but most other places I get almond. I know that's like controversial for some people because it's like not as sustainable probably as oat milk, but it is what it is. I'm like in the middle with oat milk. It's like 50% of the time I'm like, yeah, I fuck with it. And then the other half of the time I'm like, get this away from me. It's like I'm drinking like oatmeal coffee, which I don't want. So recently I've been almond milk girly, but when it comes to Starbucks, it's always their soy milk because it's like slightly sweetened on its own. So anytime I get like an unflavored drink, it's the perfect sweetness, perfect level of sweetness, especially with just like a plain iced latte or like a plain matcha without the classic syrup. Anyway, so yeah, I'm a little cracked out. I have been sipping on an iced coffee. So like I was saying, I'm normally a latte person. I do have an espresso machine at home, but I also sometimes just make like pour over, or like we have those reusable pods. So I've been using the coffee from PR with the reusable pods, also sometimes with my pour over kit. And so I've been making like iced coffees, but I kind of have beef with iced coffees most of the time because they're like watered down, and it just kind of like gives me the ick when they kind of give that like watery taste. I'm never here for that, ever, ever, ever. And it like, I will make the coffee myself and like mess up the ratio at home. Like I'm in a hurry or whatever, or I put too much ice or something. And then I'll be like irritated the rest of the day because I'll have to drink an iced coffee that I made myself, fully had control over the ratio. You know, I feel like I get amnesia every single time I go to make an iced coffee regarding the ratio. So maybe I need to like write it down and like formally have a recipe. You feel me? Well, so to combat that, I have just now decided to make coffee ice cubes, which is obviously going to mitigate that issue so that it doesn't taste watered down. And just the more I drink, the stronger it gets, and the longer it sits, the stronger it gets. So that is the deal today. I have a delicious iced coffee with coffee ice cubes and a little bit of almond milk. I'm also obsessed with the monk fruit drops. It's like a monk fruit sweetener. I feel bad I forget the name, but I'll put it up here.
They are the Lakanto monk fruit sweetener drops.
From Erewhon. They have little packets, like they're like sugar packets in essence, but they also have like drops. I like the drops because it's just like more, like you get more for what you pay for essentially. They're little like liquid drops of monk fruit. And like, I know some people aren't a big fan of monk fruit because like the aftertaste. I personally don't mind it. I think it tastes fine. It gives like just a hint of sweetness without like that blood sugar spike. For those of you that don't know, if you're looking for an alternative sweetener that doesn't fluctuate blood sugar, that's natural, I would opt for monk fruit. It has less of an aftertaste than stevia. I know stevia is super popular, but I'm like, I'm kind of iffy with stevia. If it's the only option, I will definitely opt for it over just like sugar, but monk fruit for sure is my go-to at the moment. So cheers to that, everybody. What a great way to start the episode, my coffee routine, you feel me? So cheers. I hope everyone out there is listening with a bevy. If you don't have a bevy in hand, I don't know what you're doing with your life. So grab a bevy, buckle on in, and enjoy the rest of the episode. I have some random shit to talk about today, for real. So I did this year buy myself some birthday gifts. As you all know, I did get some birthday money. I was so blessed enough that I have some family members and friends that gave me cold hard cash for my birthday, which was such a nice gift, because really when you're turning 28, like, what are you gonna like, you know? I have my closest friends that like, they know stuff I like, they gift very, very well, so no complaints there. But for like other people, it's just like, what are you gonna get someone? Like, I'm turning 28, you feel me? Even my grandma was like, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, well, money. Like, I don't know. Like, at this point, I want to like be able to do what I want with it. So I was lucky enough, like I said, to get some cold hard cash for my birthday. I did go straight to my Amazon cart. I've had this thing saved in my Amazon cart for probably 3 to 4 months. I have been wanting to get into my coloring era, and I've just had other, it's priorities, you guys. You're an adult. You're like, oh, I want to like get this fun thing that's kind of like a want and not necessarily a need, right? So you kind of push those wants to the side to prioritize like responsible financial decisions and responsible purchases. You feel me? So I said, wait, it's my birthday. I need to get some fun wants. You feel me? So I did, in fact, purchase the Cozy Spaces coloring book. And I'm obsessed. I can't reach it right now, but I also got a tube of like, I think it's like 75 colored pencils. There are a lot, and they're actually really, really, in my opinion, decent quality for the price. I did go ahead and go through the test color page. So as you can see, there are like so many colors, so much so that like I had to double up and split some of these squares in half. So sorry if that's not in focus. But yeah, I did have to go through like all these squares, and there's white in the corner doing its little thing. My favorite color would have to be, and they all have like nice names too, like Jade, Admiral Blue. These glasses are messing up my view. I think my favorite may be Persian Green, which is kind of just like a dark teal, but I also really fuck with Marmalade. It's kind of like a darker orange. I love it. There's some kind of color combinations that I thought would be in here some shades that I feel like I'm missing, and I'm a little bit unsatisfied. There's not like a light gray, like a light, like a, what's the word? Like a beige. There isn't really a beige. There's like a light peach and burnt umber, which is like a light brown, but there's no beige, so I'm a little unsatisfied with that. And there's kind of no like red orange. And I will be honest, okay, so now that I'm really looking at this paper, I feel like a lot of the colors are off. The terracotta is not terracotta. It's not giving terracotta. It's giving kind of like a neon red orange. Like neon though, like not even like real. Like I feel like moccasin, this shade, if y'all can see that on the right, that is giving terracotta. So I did go ahead and color my first page. I did these cute little cozy owls sleeping in a teapot, and they're so cute. And then I did start this one the other night, but I haven't finished it. I want to show you, give you a little preview. So I did go with that moccasin shade on some of these little pots. To give a terracotta moment, you feel me? But it's so cute and quaint. It's like little sharks eating some tortilla chips, watching like, I don't know, like a little submarine TV thing. And it's their cute little seashell house. So anyway, I'm obsessed with this coloring book. I've actually heard a lot of people talk about it. And this company, they make like a lot of coloring books apparently. So this, I'm sure, will be the first of many. Also, apologies ahead of time if you're hearing stomping and screaming in the background. I do have a 5-year-old neighbor, and it is summer. It's the end of summer. It's play date season. She's stomping around, living her best life. So please ignore that, accept it, and embrace it, because I am totally here for it. Anyway, wow, I'm on a hot ass roll today. So I've been coloring at night a little bit. My nighttime routine has completely shifted, y'all. So heads up, my schedule is going to be getting a full revamp. I am going to start working at a cafe pretty soon. So I'm super excited for that. One of my friends' family businesses. So my whole routine has to do like a 180. I am going to start doing my workouts, yoga, things like that at night after I get home from teaching. Then I will be showering at night. I will be doing my everything shower / skincare routine and all of that at night. So it's going to be a massive change, but I'm excited for it because I've been feeling like I want to shake things up for a little while. So I have been trying to incorporate coloring into my nighttime routine because I feel like reading and coloring kind of make me a little eepy. So it's perfect. It's literally the perfect addition. And if I don't feel like intellectualizing and reading and like having to think really hard right before bed, if I want my mind to be like a little bit more at rest, then the coloring is the perfect outlet. So 10 out of 10, I would recommend. I'm actually going to link that book in the description. So if y'all are interested in investing in a cute little coloring book, I would highly recommend. Speaking of my nighttime routine, I have officially started a 30-day yoga challenge. I'm super excited to kind of get my body moving a little bit more. Unfortunately, the last 2 weeks, I have been experiencing a flare-up with my lower back. I did go to my doctor this week to kind of feel out what am I supposed to do? Is this something I'm going to deal with forever? Am I just going to like indefinitely have low back problems? So I wanted to get her advice and see if she suggested physical therapy. I had some therapy with a chiropractor and it did help a lot. And I had a lot of like time to rest. But she did recommend physical therapy for me. She gave me a referral for that. So I will be starting that at the end of August because that's like the next appointment that they have available, unfortunately. But my doctor said she had a similar injury, kind of with some lower herniated discs when she was younger. And she still, unfortunately, deals with it today. Doesn't mean I will, but she just said as a precaution, she incorporates a lot of, lengthening and stretching yoga poses, cat-cow, child's pose, all those kinds of things into her daily routine to encourage, strengthening the legs and the glutes and lengthening the spine and all that. So she recommended that I kind of dive deeper in yoga because I did tell her, I was like, I'm kind of scared to like go back to the gym and lift weights. I'm like scared of certain things. I'm scared to run because I don't know how it's going to impact my lower back. So I'm just like nervous in general. So I've really just been doing like little at home like workouts that I can like really have control over and like no one's watching me. So I'm like a little less like nervous, you feel me? And I'm just in the privacy of my own home and also a lot of yoga. I've just been looking up random yoga videos, like 30-minute yoga videos. I didn't come across what seems to me just like the first person that comes up when I search yoga on YouTube. Yoga with Adriene. She is like one of the top like yoga YouTubers apparently. I did start her 30-day challenge. I actually like her flow. I like her level of descriptiveness in, reminding you to kind of bring your shoulders down, which is a great reminder right now because girl, I be pulling them shoulders up. Even that my chiropractor told me before, like your shoulders must be, pulling all the weight, girl, because of all the other stuff that was going on and like I was overcompensating. But regardless, I do really like her level of descriptiveness in reminding you to like relax your shoulders, pull your navel in, lengthen the spine, kind of smile into things. So there are some like emotional and spiritual aspects of her practice that I actually think is kind of nice since I'm diving back into things and I'm feeling like a little about it. So I do like that. She's very like inclusive and like very like friendly and like she's coming at the practice with love, which is like the whole point. but I do already feel like some of it's a little bit too easy. So I'm like, oh, I don't know. Should I dive into something more advanced? I'm just going to start, I guess, with the 30-day challenge, see where it takes me. And then after 30 days, maybe go to like a yoga studio, or sign up for like online like classes. I don't know. I'm trying to also figure out my schedule right now with like new work and stuff like that. So we will see. I will keep y'all updated on that. But I'm doing my 30-day yoga challenge. Today will be day 4. So I will keep y'all updated on my progress with that. But yeah, I'm really liking it. It's feeling kind of like light work now. But I'm hoping that as this challenge progresses, that there will be like a little bit more of a physical challenge so I can feel a little bit more of a burn. But yeah, hopefully that with physical therapy will give me a little bit more guidance so I have less fear going back into moving my body. Because yeah, I used to just be like free and like, have so much control over things. And now I feel very much like out of control, or I have like a perceived feeling of having less control over my body because I don't want to like injure it more. And I want to be able to like heal properly. So it is what it is. We're working with that, but I am very, very excited. Like, yeah, like I'm like, okay, doctor prescribed yoga. Let's do it, girl. Let's get it. So we'll see how the PT goes. Hopefully that will also help me with specific stretches and exercises to hopefully mitigate this so that I don't have to like be in chronic pain the rest of my life. Yeah. Yay, thumbs up for that. All right, next order of business. I guess this is my formal thirst of the week. I need to apologize ahead of time for y'all that know about Sufjan Stevens already. I'm sorry that I'm so painfully late to the game. If you are not onto him, then you can discover him with me, right with me. So it's funny. I actually think I looked into my library on Apple Music. I actually did listen to one of his newer albums a few years ago. Let me look up which one it is. I did listen to the album A Beginner's Mind in 2021. Okay. This was with Angelo DeAugustine. So I listened to that album when it came out, okay? And I saved like 4 songs from it. And then, like, that's it. Okay. And it's amazing. I was like, I don't know why at that moment in 2021, I didn't do like a further deep dive into other projects. I just didn't. For whatever reason, total mistake. I have been missing out ever since. I don't know why, but essentially I listened to what I thought was a new album. then I realized and actually read the album name that said 10th year anniversary. So I listened to Carrie and Lowell, which I think came out, let me check, came out in 2015 initially. Okay. And like my first impression listening to this was like, oh my gosh, this is so like nostalgic. It's giving like 2010s folk, like Bon Iver, kind of like Damien Rice, like Daughter, like that vibe. Super like lustrous, like descriptive and like visual, like heart-wrenching lyrics. Okay. And then just like amazing haunting melodies, period. Okay. Then obviously I noticed that it was a 10th anniversary and I was like, oh, it's because it is from that era. It's from 2015. So I listened to this album, never heard it prior. Because like I said, never went in and did a deep dive, and I love it. I adore it. I saved the entire album just to my feels playlist. It's like my kind of folk playlist that I have, but there are a few standout songs. So I did want to kind of gab about those a little bit and give like a formal review. These are the 3 songs off of Carrie and Lowell that I'm thirsting over currently. I also, to preface, did go and add all of his other albums to my Listen to This Shit playlist so that eventually over the next few months I can vibe and discover the rest of his discography. You feel me? Okay. Now, on to the review. First song that I'm thirsting over off of this album, Death with Dignity. This song is so like hyper nostalgic to me. The production is beautiful. And And the melodies are just so peaceful and like serene. That's kind of the only word that I can use to describe that song. It's very serene. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. 10 out of 10. Next song that I am thirsting over, Should Have Known Better. That song is impeccable. Who uses shroud in a song and makes it sound normal? Shroud? I would never use the word shroud in a song. There are just some writers that can pull off remarkable things with lyrics. Some words that I'm just like, I would never go there. I would never go there. And that's why it's you. You were the perfect channel to use that word. Shroud? In what context would I use the word shroud? I can't even like begin to think of it. I just love it so much. It's so sick. I think that's so badass when writers can kind of use unique lyrics and unique words to kind of branch you out into like a different worldview or a different perspective. It's just so tasty. I can't get enough of it. So yeah, that song is sick as fuck. No lie. Next up, Eugene. Okay. This song is so nice. This song is a breath of fresh air. I can literally smell this song, okay? Lemon yogurt. He uses the lyric lemon yogurt. When I tell you I can smell this song, I can smell it. It's so amazing. I love it so much. Yeah, I think he's just one of those writers that can just finesse any type of, subject or item and just like finesse it and weave it just like so casually into a lyric that just feels natural. I respect that so much and I love it. And I literally can't get enough. So it's going to be my continued obsession. I'm sure as I continue to listen to other projects, it's going to be a continued obsession of mine and my thirst probably for the rest of the year. Because let's be honest, I actually might hold off on some of those albums. I feel like they're going to give fall and winter. So like maybe I'll hold off until the end of summer to like really do a deep dive and go down like a real rabbit hole. I'm also feeling a little bit quirky today because I have a side part. It's so weird. Like I feel like ever since I've started the pod, I've had a middle part. I've had a middle part probably since like 2019, 2020, 2021. I don't even know when I started using a middle part, but literally up until then, I've had a side part like most of my life. It just wasn't serving me anymore. But sometimes when I'm feeling like a little zhuzh, like the hair is feeling like voluminous, and it's kind of like, maybe it's like the glasses too. I'm just feeling like a little tude today, but I was like, oh my God, I'm feeling like I want to flip my hair into like a little side part moment. So I did. So yeah, I'm straight vibing today, if you couldn't tell. Another one of my thirsts this week is the adorable ass phone case that Rocky got me, my bestie. Look at this baby. Isn't that so cute? I love every inch of it. I'm obsessed. For those of you that don't know, I'm obsessed with frogs. That's my favorite animal. As you probably could already tell. What do I have in the back here? I think I added something. Oh, yeah, my godfather got me the cutest birthday card and it had like a little pin inside of it, like a pin that you can like pin on something. And I put it up here on my other little flower. Yeah, I'm just slowly beefing up this wall. Eventually, when I have a full set, I will have plenty of things to like decorate the background and maybe some art also too, in addition to the art that I already have. But yeah, that's my obsession is my phone case. Also, I've been on Pinterest a lot recently because Instagram's fucking boring now. And I've been on Pinterest a little bit more, mainly just looking for new phone wallpapers. Because I was watching a TikTok the other day and the girl was like, oh, like your phone should be fun. Like, I don't get why people like have their like significant others. Like, that's like boring. Like, your phone, like screensaver or whatever, your phone wallpaper should be something fun that like brings you joy. And I'm like, well, my significant other brings me joy, but like I do have like cycled out different screensavers depending on like the mood where I am. For example, I have this very specific picture of my man that I will put as my wallpaper when I'm like at the gym or when I'm like somewhere where I need to like ward off other men. I will set that picture. You feel me? And then if I'm like around my students and like children, obviously I'm going to change it to something more playful. So I made a whole album with a bunch of cute little images and like cartoon things and like backgrounds that I found on Pinterest. So I'm actually going to just flip through these so y'all can see them. Okay, so here's the first one. So cute. Here is the next one. Adorable. I love this one so much. I think this is one of my faves. This is my current. This is the one that popped up today. I have a rotation on. So every single day it just rotates through a different one in this album. This one's so cute. All the kitty portraits. This one's adorable also. Little earthy vibes. This one eats down. I don't care what anyone says. I think blue and orange is one of my favorite color combinations. And I love Bombay, so period. This one is so cute with that dirty ass martini and the little disco ball. I love it. I love these tiles so much. My goal one day is to have like really pretty miscellaneous tiling in my home. This one's cute, a little blue moment. I love that. This green one is so nice with the stamps. Again, earthy vibe. And obviously, because I'm Irish, duh, gotta have a little clover moment. And glass block. That's also another one of my goals, to have glass block in my future home. I'm not picky about the color, but I think the green is very pretty. And that is it. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to continue to add to this collection. Maybe I'll put my Pinterest also in the bio today. I have some public boards, but like most of my boards are just like not my own photos or just like random things that I see. It's kind of like me living out my Tumblr fantasy. Yeah, follow me on Pinterest. My DMs are open on Pinterest. Feel free to send me like cute things you like, recipes, fashion stuff, vibes, and go and look at my boards. I have a lot of random stuff saved. My Dark Earth Energy is probably my favorite board that I have. I also have one board that's like home inspiration and like interior design, all that fun stuff. That's super playful. So go peep that. It's not like I'm on there every day, but I'm on there enough that I'll like see stuff if you send it to me. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to wrap up today's episode. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day and an amazing weekend. Stay safe and I'll see you next week. Bye.